Good evening, everyone. William Mean here, 1799. I'm glad you could be with me right now. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, share, subscribe. It does not cost you anything. And leave a little comment down below. I really appreciate it. Love to hear you people. We get a lot of problems with these damn crazy Democrats jumping up and down about violent rhetoric. Okay. They push this violent rhetoric down constantly over and over again. And the interesting thing is, when candidate, or I say the former vice president, Joe Biden, who made a statement that if you want to take on tyrannical government, you need to buy F-18 cruise missiles, which is stated they are a tyrannical government, by the way. Then you have like people like Pelosi, Schumer, Maxine Waters, many other Democrats, all jump up and down. Elizabeth Warren also stating that you need to have confrontation with Trump voters. That's more violence. Okay? At the polls, at the restaurants, at the diners, you name it, any place. Then they come up with this crazy nonsense that he was standing in front of Independence Hall, which is the birthplace of our country, by the way, to make a statement with a red backdrop that the right is going to destroy democracy. Okay. So now they get this crazy insanity that the Trump voters, if they get in power, Republicans, if they get in office, are going to destroy democracy. Your democracy is at threat. Your freedoms are at threat. How do you figure that? But the sad part about the whole thing comes down to is this. They forgot that this so-called white democracy, it's white supremacists they call us. There's a lot of other people besides us. There's Black Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, Italian Americans. I mean, there's all kinds of Americans. But we're all going to destroy democracy. These glorified, well-dressed Democrats, I call them glorified jackasses, in my opinion, and their rhino Republican partners, constantly push this rhetoric out there because of they don't want Trump in office. They want to decide who you should vote for. Now, we are a federal constitutional republic under the Bill of Rights, under the Constitution. We are. But they have this crazy idea that no, we're democracy. We're a democracy. We're a democracy. They practice, they preach it, they practically stand on a podium, you know, and incite this crazy nonsense. Yes, we are a democracy. Democracy only works when the majority rules. Okay. I'm going to play this to you. And I'm going to show you how backwards these bastards are. Let's see if I can get it up here.
Court is not going to save us, and so that means the only thing that really works is people in motion amending the Constitution. But again, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient, because what can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, you know, they want to kick it to Congress, so it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified, and then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the
do their job to interpret the Constitution of the United States. Yeah. Okay. 14th Amendment. Section 3. The Constitution makes Congress, not the states, responsible for enforcing Section 3. Under the 14th Amendment, states have no power under the Constitution enforcing Section 3 under the 14th Amendment. Okay. Now, here's an interesting point to this. When they talk about this 14th Amendment stuff, and they jump up and down, and they really hump on it. What bothers me more than anything else is that they push it. They push it, but you know what's wild about it? They don't obey the law. We all remember what happened to Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton. He was impeached, right? Why did they not exercise the 14th Amendment? Section 3. Why didn't they push it? They're so great to push it on Donald Trump, but not on Bill Clinton. And here's another thing too. We vote to put this man in office. We do. Alright? So, if the American people turn around and say, well, we want this man in office, and then you're going to turn around and say, no, you're not going to have him up here because we're going to vote the 14th Amendment, Section 3. But wait a minute, you said democracy rules. Democracy is majority. So if the people all got together and say, hey, we want this man in office, and you're going to turn around and say, oh, no, it doesn't work there. They backflip themselves constantly. It's just like, we're going to turn around and we're going to put all this thing on the Supreme Court. So actually what they want to do is take the three branches of government and put it on one branch of government for themselves. Just like who you can elect in office. In other words, you people don't have a right to pick. We pick for you, and then you elect that individual. Not the other way around. Oh no. We can't have that. We tell you, we decide. So now where's this democracy at? Where's this majority rule now? You don't believe that we are a federal constitutional republic, but now you're going to turn around and say, you people don't have no rights here? Russian democracy is very interesting under Putin because everyone who's ran against him was either financially ruined, imprisoned, or assassinated. Interesting, isn't it? So when we really look into this carefully, they cited this constant threat of civil war. I made a video not long ago about, everybody's getting pissed off with Black Lives Matter and all this violence going on and attacking the American people, so forth. And I made a video. I said, you people need to understand something. Don't you make the move. Let them make the move. Let them decide if they want to actually push for civil war. Half the military will not go where, half the National Guard won't go to. They're going to go to the Constitution. So, here we're at. This is here where we're at right now. And it's a shame because they pushed this issue. They push violence. They claim democracy all they want, but it's no good if you're going to make your own rules. It's like, here's the game, but the rules belong to me, not to you. Supreme Court will have term limits, but we won't. We're going to control the ethics of the Supreme Court, but we don't need control. We can lie, we can cheat, we can steal, we can blindly tell the people to go pound sand if we feel like it, but when it comes to us, you can't touch us. They keep telling us nobody is above the law, but we're exempt. You people got to really think about what they do here. I mean, you got a lot of cheerleaders out there that cheer the Democrat Party all the way through, right? Get them all in there. It's not a football game, people. I vote Democrat or I vote Republican. Lately, I have not been able to vote Democrat because I ain't found Democrat was trying to save my rights, my freedoms. They want to hand me right down into communism and socialism, just like the rest of you people. They want to allow open borders, allow all these illegals coming in, but yet you got Americans sleep on sidewalks and have nothing in their hands or nothing to be able to survive with, but you don't allow them to vote, but they're Americans. And then you want to attack the actually people who just want to keep a roof over our heads and put food on the table and pay our bills, and you want to destroy our jobs. And you call this democracy. But then you also want to now constantly push for civil war because you have a problem with us owning firearms. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, the sad part about all this is that it doesn't make sense anymore. When you determine who can have, who cannot, with all the threats we're facing, all the threats in our country we're facing, and all you care about is stripping us of our constitutional rights and putting this man in prison, and then turn around and tell you, well, we're going to put our candidate because now your candidate is now not allowed to be up here, so our candidate will walk right in. That's basically what you're telling us. Now I really wonder about the 2020 election. But I tell you right now, there's an interesting point about this. You don't like what the Supreme Court decisions you Democrat control states, so you tell Washington Democrats up there, you need to do something because now we're threatening under the Supreme Court. Well, we'll take care of the Supreme Court. We'll take it under our control. You people keep doing what you're doing down in those states. You keep those gun people in line. We'll take care of it up here. People, you understand something. The Constitution is the law of the land. The Supreme Court did exactly what they're supposed to do. But the Democrats hate the Supreme Court because it's not under their thumb. They hate the Bill of Rights because it restricts them because you people have rights they don't like. They don't believe you have rights. They believe that rights come from them. Like I said before, rein these people in. Let them know you're going to get rid of them. Till then, keep your friends and family close. Do not be afraid to fight. Vote these bastards out. And we'll catch you around.